up, YouTube family? It's K right here. Wanted to talk about this good article by FlexJobs.com to talk about the increase of remote work in today's world. So yeah, let's talk about this. This is a pretty good article by FlexJobs. Please go check it out. Link down below. Um, yeah. So let's talk about this. This is a pretty interesting article. It talks about um, you know remote work, stats of how beneficial remote jobs are becoming. So yeah, let's just talk about this article real quick. All right, the massive transition to remote work since 2020 has allowed professionals and companies alike to realize the benefits of remote work, and as a result, companies are adopting hybrid and remote work models for the long term. A survey in June of 2022 that found that 8 in 10 people are working hybrid or remote, while 2 in 10 are entirely on site. This trend continues for future predictions. A recent AT&T study found that the hybrid work model is expected to grow from 42% in 2021 to 81% in 2024. I'm definitely liking that. According to FlexJobs employee engagement report, 48% of employers are maintaining some form of remote work for their workforce. When asked what their company's post-pandemic workplace plans will be, 26% of respondents said that their employer will follow a hybrid work model, and 22% said they'll be allowed to work remotely. The bottom line is that companies have realized that being physical that physically being at the office full time isn't necessary to produce great results. Many companies have already made the switch to hybrid and remote workplaces, including prominent brands such as Adobe, Salesforce, Spotify, and more companies across industries are joining long-time remote work advocates like Automatic, GitLab, Topple, Zapier, in adopting permanent remote workplaces. Some of the latest through leaders and companies embrace remote work include, all these companies, I'm not going to say that. Employees are eager to continue working remotely and hybrid too. According to FlexJobs Career Pulse survey conducted between July and August of 2022, 65% of respondents report wanting to work remote full-time, while 32% want a hybrid work environment. That's an astounding 97% of workers who desire some form of remote work. In Remote Co's Work and Financial Wellness report, 63% of global workers surveyed said that they would absolutely look for a new job if they couldn't continue to work remotely. The high willingness of professionals to leave a current job for a new job with remote signals the importance of work flexibility in today's workforce. The survey found this to be in line with top factor professionals state they used to evaluate job opportunities. And then this just talks about the percentages of, the opportunities that are growing within the recent studies over the past few years. Offering hybrid and more remote work options may benefit companies that want to retain top talent. From 2019 to early 2022, a study discussed at the 2022 Stanford University Remote Work Conference found that the share of postings that say employees can work remotely one or more days per week rose threefold in the United States. FlexJob surveys conducted in early 2022 that only 3% of professionals are looking to go back to the office 100% of the time. This comes to no surprise, as 87% of professionals state that remote work options improve their overall work-life balance. And then let's just talk about like more stuff right here, which I'm not gonna get into it, but if you guys want to take a look at it, go for it. But I would say honestly, the main core of this article is that remote jobs are definitely taking over, and I think it's definitely a great fit for human society to expand a lot bigger. The main issue that people try to argue against is saying that remote work would easily have like people that don't want to be like fully responsible with their job, and I guess employers would not know like what you're doing while you're working remotely, which that doesn't make any sense, because it's like let's just say if you're just chatting with your employers and you're just doing like, let's just say like I'm like a office assistant for some big company, like let's just say I'm a administrative assistant for Apple, and I'm doing administration work based on my computer that I use, then that shouldn't be a problem for the next person that does, remote work, as long as the work is done for the day and you're able to get stuff done. And then maybe if you have to get into like certain like video press conferences, or well, like yeah, like video conferences, right? Like that makes sense. But I don't really see much of negative output with remote jobs. I do see that in certain cases, it has shown that right here, research show that businesses lose $600 billion a year to workplace distractions, and remote workers are 35 to 40% more productive than their in-office counterparts. Among performance-based remote statistics in 2020, 94% of employers report that company productivity has been the same, which is 67% or higher, which is, but 27% since employees started working from home during the pandemic. More recently, a Microsoft study found that nearly 90% of workers reported being productive at home in a remote setting or hybrid, arrangement. While there are many reasons why performance has improved, there are a number of common reasons to work remotely increases productivity. Then this shows that the points of why remote workers are more productive: you have fewer interruptions, you have a much more quieter working environment, more comfortable workspace, more focused on time, and you avoid office, politics, which I think that's really good too. And then it talks about the increase of better mental health as well, which I agree with that. I think it's better to keep people away from you, and you should be able to do the work by yourself. Nobody shouldn't be looking down upon your shoulder every single like couple minutes to say like, what are you doing? And you have to be put under pressure from your job that tells you that you need to get work done. And then it's like, that the stress always builds up, because it's like, I don't want I don't like to deal with people that tell me what to do at work. But if you are a good worker, and let's just say the idiot next to you is doing something stupid at work, but your supervisor isn't correcting it, then yes, that person needs to get taken away from the job immediately. And on top of that, you shouldn't have to be dealing with that. Like, you should be able to have your own station of work, like based off of whatever you want to do, and that'll be determined based off of how good you perform. But I'd say, remove all that stress and have, remote options for you to get into a better job where you don't have to do any physical labor, and you could do most of your labor on the computer, because at least on the, at least with the computer, you have more of the ability to do what you want to do. But, obviously there will be idiots out there to say, nah, man, people need to do remote. Like, people should only do, remote work if you're only good enough to use the computer. And it's like, for people that are stupid, they'll just say, well, no, I have to be smart enough to get into this job, and that requires like a lot of typing and communication and all that. Like, I rather do physical labor, because at least that way, I could talk with people while I'm at work and do all this other, stuff that doesn't make any sense, because it's more like when you do labor work or labor intensive work, you're basically putting yourself at a disadvantage, where when you have other people that collaborate with you to do irrational things at work, which that would mean like you being more lazy and you being more less incentivized to do what you need to do, then that doesn't make you any better of a worker. Compared to remote workers, they do way better than you on average. Hold on, give me a sec. Alright, I'm back. So yeah, basically bottom line of this article, it basically stated that when you want to advance more in a much higher setting, remote work is a lot more beneficial than on-site job work, because I can say from my own experience, when you do work at a on-site job, you're not able to facilitate a better you're not able to facilitate a better focus when you have other people that try to hold you down. And therefore, when people do stupid things at a job that causes you to be unsafe at the job, then yes, I say remote work is way better, because why have that same idiot try to work next to you when you don't like that person? And it's like, if your supervisor is not going to get this person fired or to have this person removed away from you, then yes, then you understand why certain jobs suck, because nobody doesn't want to fire people that are not good for the company. And if you're the best worker out of your entire company and you're doing more work than everybody else, and you have to take up a lot of crap from management that tries to, try to scold you off of things that don't even make any sense to be scolded off of, then you understand, my point. Like, remote jobs should be given to the people that work hard, but for the people that are idiots that do take a remote job, they'll be fired faster, but at least for the people that do stay are the ones that actually work harder and actually, contribute more to the work. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't really have much to really say about this. This is a pretty easy article to break down, but take a look at it. Link down below. Hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you guys later. Remote jobs, will definitely take over, the future. So I'm definitely looking forward to it, and I'll definitely take that opportunity. But I'll see you guys later. Bye.